Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our show. Tonight is going to be a big one because we are starting the second part of the campaign after a few weeks of downtime and, of course, our hilarious honey heist. Going to get right into the recap. Should be a short one. So last week, our party of heroes returned from finding the treasure chest out in the Tickwood Forest that contained some long lost items. Upon their return, Mako made them some dinner and began filling them in about a strange traveler who had shown up and had been sort of hired to cook on occasion and run some games of chance for the patrons in the tavern. You then met this traveler, familiar to some. Jareem and Kat knew this mysterious person as Ina, the Asimar, who is a cleric, and she, although the transition into this world changed her faith. It was only in name, as she still holds the values of fate and luck and good fortune. And so she ran some games for you guys. You played some Bounder first for a little bit, and then for the bulk of the time you played some Golem. A good time and was had by all, including one Davarin, who sat down and played with you guys for a bit and joked that any winnings that he gained would be paid back to you all anyway after you recover more goblin treasures for him. As the night was winding down, eventually Sheriff Hemlock walked in. He was looking pretty concerned, and he asked everyone to sort of huddle up, and he started talking about what's going on. He only got as far as saying that this matter isn't something that he wanted to bother you with, but the circumstances have grown to be too serious to ignore any longer. And so we're going to pick up from there. Sheriff Hemlock is going to look around, and he sees that the bar still has a fair number of townsfolk in it. He looks at everyone and says, is there anywhere a little more private that we can discuss this matter?
He jumps up and down and goes, I have a room.
The sheriff says, very well, lead the way.
They really excited at the prospect of having people over in their actual own place, just immediately just goes up the stairs, of course, and just rushes off.
Okay. The sheriff will follow. I'm assuming the rest of you do as well.
Yep.
Indeed.
You guys all go into Cade's room. It's a little snug given the number of people, but everyone fits inside at least.
Cade looks around, just beaming eye to eye.
The sheriff sort of gives like an exasperated sigh, like he's been just overworked today. And then he begins explaining the situation. He says, first off, let me thank you again for all you've done for Sandpoint. It's fortunate that you've proven yourself so capable, because we have a problem that I think you can help us with. It's a problem that I wish I didn't have to involve anyone in, but one that it really needs dealing with now before the situation grows worse.
There's moolah involved.
What problem would that be?
To put it simply, we have a murder in our midst.
Oh, fun.
One who I fear has only begun his work. Some of you, and he sort of looks at Cade It says, some of you doubtless remember the late unpleasantness. How this town nearly tore itself apart in fear of as the Chopper's slayings went on unanswered. I'm afraid we might have something similar brewing now. Last
It
night,
goes from a grin to just a look of utter concern.
yeah, you recall about 5 years ago is when this late unpleasantness that he was describing was. You recall that the Chopper was a pretty notorious serial killer that was victimizing.
I thought you said the chomper, and I was like,
the Chopper.
Let's just say Arizlin didn't hear it right from the beginning. It's just looking at the dinosaur, very confused. Like, why are you murdering people?
Like, not like we're gonna take care of this. Just why is what is your motive?
You could just see Arizlin looking like nastily at the dinosaur, like, what the fuck did you do this time?
No one better look nastily at my dinosaur.
Well, it depends on whether or not you're paying attention to me and not the sheriff talking.
The sheriff, he says, last night, the murderer struck at the sawmill. There are 2 victims, and they're in pretty gruesome shape. The bodies were discovered by one of the mill workers, a man named Ebor Thorne. And by the time my men and I arrived on the scene, a crowd of curious gawkers had already sprung up. I've got my men stationed there now, keeping the mill locked down, but the thing that bothers me isn't the fact that we have 2 dead bodies inside. It's the fact that this is actually the second set of murders we've had in the last few days. I come to you for help in this matter. My men are good, but they're also green. They were barely able to handle themselves against the goblins, and what we're facing now is an evil far worse than goblins. I need the help, but I'm afraid you'll need the help too. You see, I'm afraid that this particular murderer knows one of you as well. He's going to pull out a blood-stained scrap of parchment, and
eyes widen.
He's going to. Why isn't this opening? All right. Well, originally I only wanted to show it to one person, but I got to show it to everybody. He hands it to Urzulin.
I knew it. Fuck. What did I do this time? I say out loud.
And actually, as he hands it to you, you notice that your name is actually written in blood on the outside of the folded piece of parchment.
Well, fuck.
Well, that's not creepy at all.
Arizlin just goes, fuck. What did I do this time?
So I've showed the handout to everyone. I hope it's the right one because there's 3 of them depending on different.
You will learn to love me.
Yep, that's the one.
Me.
That's the one. Yeah, it says, you will learn to love me, desire me in time as she did. Give yourself to the pack and it shall all end.
I want to make a crack about
the pack?
someone has a crush on Urzulin, but this is just fucking creepy.
And the
But
note.
you could just fucking say that because Arizlin will agree. Like,
No, I am just I am saying that as cat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it is creepy. Can the DM message me as to whether or not I should remember who my lordship is?
Yeah, the note is simply signed your lordship.
Well, okay, if it's addressed to me, I feel like I should have some knowledge. But the knowledge is lacking because me is tired.
After you've read it, the sheriff says, we found this note pinned to the sleeve of one of the latest victims by a splinter of wood.
Oh no.
I believe that this note was left at the scene to throw suspicion onto you all. But I know that you wouldn't have done this.
No, there are more convenient ways of killing people than wooden stakes. That's like vampire things.
Certainly.
And I look over at Cade.
I just take a step back. Just, hey guys. No vampire. Remember sunlight? I walk around in the day. Hi.
Okay, Toothy.
I'm just waving and awkwardly like glancing between you and the sheriff and then you again as you're saying these things, like trying not to like grin now with my teeth showing, just kind of smiling like okay.
He goes on to say that I don't think it should come as a surprise to all of you that the town's reaction to this may not be so understanding if word of this note here gets out.
It's not because they have better around, is it?
Sorry, what?
That makes sense.
It's not because I wave that arm around that it's gonna draw suspicion to me, is it?
Well, I would trust after the stunt you pulled in the garrison that you wouldn't go around town waving this note everywhere. Right.
So anyway, Sheriff, I'm sure we can help, but there's two things I need from you.
What might those be?
For one, you need to be honest with us. Because in order for us to track him down, we're going to need all the clues we can get. So no hide anything from us.
Oh, of course. I have a list of leads that I'm more than happy to provide you with.
Just making sure. Communication is key.
It's not pseudo, is it? I look at him as he's in jail.
And the second
right?
thing is, I need you to trust us. I know Ursula has pulled some stunts before, but those are just merely jokes, and she doesn't mean anything gruesome by any means.
I'm gonna raise my hand.
So if you want to hire us to take care of some famed murder,
Could this be a
you're gonna have to trust
copycat?
us.
Well,
I mean, don't.
he says, well, we think that it is some kind of copycat situation.
Okay, second question. Where the pseudo is in jail, right?
Yes, he's in jail.
Wait,
Good.
you had a thing with Pseudo?
No, I didn't. But he's creepy. He encased his father.
I can't deny that. Pseudo's creepy, but as we've shown before, we're more than capable of taking him on. So if it is him, we'll finish him off.
You see Kay getting
creepy.
more and more impatient with her hand waving in the air now.
The sheriff sees this and turns to face Cade.
Do you think these murders have anything supernatural related? Like the whole thing we were just dealing with in the crypts and the factory and the manor and all of that? Or do you think that they're just plain assholes?
My men haven't been able to confirm yet, but we do think that there is something more than a simple serial killer at play here.
Yeah, stalker serial killer.
And as far as I just lost my place here. As far as what I was mentioning before with the townsfolk, I simply request that, at least for the next few days, that you all keep pretty quiet in your investigation. You know, don't make it known to anyone that you're working on solving this for me or with me. I want to work with you. You know, I'm not necessarily trying to position myself as your boss or anything, but I do trust your talents, and you've done so much for the town already. So when I realized that I needed more help, I knew that I had to turn to you all first.
Kay just looks at everyone and then says, if this was worse than the Chopper incident 5 years ago, then I feel obligated to have to do something. This is my home.
The what incident?
Chomper.
Oh.
Yeah, I was struggling too. It sounds like Chomper, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the dinosaur fucked
He
up.
goes-
wait, no, Dino, your dinosaur didn't eat people, right?
I
So
mean,
not my people here.
No, he's never anywhere
See?
without me.
Okay, not Chomper.
That didn't answer the question.
Chopper.
That didn't answer the question, Cade. He deflected.
Kay just goes, it's not the dinosaur.
You sure?
Sheriff Hemlock goes on to explain a little bit about Chopper. He says, about 5 years ago, there was a man, Jervis Stute, and he became known as Chopper. It all started when he asked to move and live on this sort of unoccupied island, And originally it seemed innocent enough. He simply claimed that he wanted to be with the birds. He really had a thing for ravens and other types of flying animals. But he lived there for about 15 years, and then things became very strange, and this is when this late unpleasantness happened. He killed the old sheriff in an alley, and he went on to kill many more. He killed 25 in all. His calling card was that he would remove the eyes and tongues of his victims. And he sort of made a horrific altar out of them to some sort of demon lord.
Sounds like amateur shit to me.
Kay kind of looks over a little sassily at Dream and says, "Well, for our tiny town, that was a fucking lot."
Yeah, and it all ended when the chopper took his own life by doing exactly what he had done to his victims. He scooped out his own eyes and cut out his own tongue and just made it as a final offering to whatever demon it was that he was worshiping. I never
What a
wanted
way
to.
to go.
Wait, do you have notes from this? Like drawings, depictions of the symbols and stuff that you have in your records? Because if it's a copycat, we could at least maybe find some connections.
He says, I don't have it with me right now, but I can get it to you in the morning.
Kate nods quickly and goes, "I think that's a good idea." Kind of looks around at everyone else packed in their room like a little sardine can and kind of goes, "Well, what do you all want to do?" Realizing
we
that they've
should
just kind of
go.
been like gung ho.
I guess we should go see the crime scene ourselves.
Like, Ursula annoys me sometimes, but I don't want her to die. So, we should probably find this guy?
The sheriff.
So we're all on the same page.
The sheriff says, well, as far as investigating the crime scene, it remains undisturbed. It might benefit you all to check it out when there's some daylight. Although I'm not against you all going to do it now, but let me at least give you the leads that I promised first.
So Cage just kind of like nonchalantly waves when he says it should be done during the day.
So the murders, as I said, they are at the local lumber mill. And again, my men have been instructed to not disturb the crime scene at all, but they are merely there to stand guard. I have a couple of men stationed just outside, and then 2 more pairs are with each of the bodies, just to ensure that no one does anything to disturb or desecrate or otherwise muck up the crime scene. I would suggest that you go there first, because ideally by the end of tomorrow we would like to have the scene cleaned up so that the mill can get back to business. We also have 2 men who are currently being kept in the garrison. One is the man I mentioned earlier, Ebor Thorne. He was the man who discovered the bodies. We took him into the garrison simply because he was very frightened and distraught, and he's not a suspect, but we simply wanted to make sure that he had a safe place to stay for the evening, so that he wouldn't go do anything rash. The other is someone who I'm sure you've all met by now. It's Ven Vinder from the general store. I currently have him as a suspect, but I don't honestly believe that it was him.
Nah, he's more likely to kill Dino.
And
Whatever.
the only reason I suspect him is that one of the victims is one of his daughters.
Oh, which one?
Katrine, the older of the two,
Okay, yeah, it's not him.
or two who are living at least. They've lost one other daughter in the past.
Okay, yeah, it's not him. Wait, Dino, that wasn't the one that you were fucking, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, no, it probably wasn't him.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think he did it. It was
I
simply
think it's safe bet to say it's not him because I don't think he knows anything about Ursula, let alone be obsessed about her.
Yeah, like I
I
said,
have
he's
not
more
met him
likely to
yet.
kill you.
we only
I'm surprised
He also
hasn't
doesn't seem
tried
like
yet.
a lordship, does he?
He just kind of looks around and goes, "This is not how I expected this to go."
we've only brought him into the garrison because he became rather combative when we broke the news. He
Yeah, sounds about right.
he kind of just lashed out, and it was the only way we could really contain him. One of my men and I brought him into the garrison. We plan to release him tomorrow, either in the morning or the afternoon. If you'd like to speak to him at all, I can keep him there until you're able to do so.
Okay.
The other
Got it.
leads that we have, I can tell you a little bit about the first set of murders. There were three con men who were outsiders from a town called Galduria. They were found murdered in an abandoned barn just south of town. This was a few days ago. The bodyguard that they had with them survived, but he's gone insane, and he's currently at Habe's Sanatorium, which is a privately run sort of mental institution.
I call him.
And lastly, there was a strange symbol carved on not Ven's daughter, but the other victim. It looked like a 7-pointed star. I don't know anything about it, but maybe it's something you've seen before, or certainly the sage would know. That guy knows everything.
It just kind of says, "Well, we have a lot of leads. Where do you guys want to go first?"
I'd say the crime scene because they plan on clearing it soon. I'd say that's the first
Yeah, I agree.
place we
What
gotta check.
street?
Oh, and Kate,
Yes.
I recommend you stay close to Airson for a little while. If there really is someone coming after her, we need at least one person going with her.
Got you. I just immediately
have a
grab
gun.
Rosalind and put my arm around you and just like, phew.
And
Hey,
I
buddy.
just say exasperated. I have a gun.
And now you have the case.
Oh, jeez.
I just grin at you outside of the sheriff's
Better
field
safe
of
than
view.
sorry, Ursula. The last thing we want is a one-on-one confrontation.
That might be true, but gun?
Oh, I have faith in your combat abilities. I'm just saying better safe than sorry.
Okay. I put my gun away very dejectedly.
Alright, then we all agree.
Sheriff Hemlock says, if you intend on going to the crime scene tonight, I will not be able to join you. I'm just so spent from all the work I've been doing on this case today. However, the guards who are stationed there, they already know that I've been meaning to deputize you for this. So once you show up, they'll let you walk around freely.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you want to go there straight away?
Yes.
I say let's wait until
Or do you want to wait until
Oh
the
yeah.
morning?
the daytime. There's a murder on the loose. We need to be able to see him coming easily.
Yeah, but I mean, it's shouldn't we go as soon as possible?
Crime scene isn't going anywhere.
Well, no, but someone might return pretty early. Never know. Collect some evidence that they left behind.
The people guarding that place, I don't think the murderer will be able to come back.
Well, how many officers do you think they got guarding the place?
Sheriff Hemlock said that there are a total. He went through like their assignments. He said there are 2 by the door and then 2 by each body. So there's a total of 6 guys there.
Okay.
And they're just they're just like town guard.
Hmm. Well, maybe we should stop by the sanatorium. See that bodyguard.
We could. Cade kind of just shrugs and says, "So I have an idea. We could do a quick glance at the crime scene, just to see what it looks like now, and do a thorough inspection during the morning and day, and then we could be aware if anything changes, and then really just make our way either back to home to sleep for the night, or check the sanatorium on the way back and then sleep. That sounds like a plan."
I can agree to that, but
One point of order is that the sanatorium is a bit outside of town, so it's not really like on the way. Like you'd be making a rather sizable detour to get over there.
Okay, so then we wouldn't do that that way. We would just
so quick check of
quick check on the crime scene, go to
the
sleep, and
crime
then
scene to
thoroughly
see
check it in the
anything
morning.
obvious that we can or cannot see. Go back, go to sleep, come back, check in the morning.
Yeah,
I
make
guess
sure
a quick check is
thoroughly
worth it.
check
I
it.
suppose.
Okay.
I only say this because Cade kind of looks and goes, blood dries, things change. And we don't know as if the sheriff's coming to us and he's saying his men is green, who knows who can make it to that site. They managed to get away with 2 killings there. What's saying that's gonna stop them from being able to get back in.
Well,
True, but keep an eye out, because
Also-
you can see in the dark better than I can.
also, the sheriff's gone, right? Sorry.
No, he's still standing there.
Oh, never mind. Alright, Sheriff, I have to ask this just to make it clear. What removes you from suspicion?
You're asking the sheriff that?
He
Look,
just kind of looks stumped.
I'm only asking because you're asking us to investigate this, and we have to look at all possible avenues. I'm not saying it's you, I don't think it's you, but I'm still trying to gather details. So I'm just curious, like, what relation did you have to deceased? Were you doing anything?
The sheriff says, knowing the very diverse talents that you all possess and that you have used to help my town, if it were me, why would I be asking you for help?
Because a pirate, a gunslinger, and a dinosaur, and a druggie are usually not the first people you ask. And I do say what we have done is great. Like I said, I'm just covering my bases since you're here right now. And also, whatever you know can help us, like, narrow down suspects later on.
He says, look, your lifestyle choices are irrelevant to me. I'm asking for your help because you're all very good at what you do.
Cade just kind of puffs up at that.
Cat eyes, I'm just like, oh, I appreciate that. I will definitely take the compliment. But like I said, just doing my due diligence.
I mean,
You're not answering
Cat.
the question.
Cat,
as
listen.
far as the leads, I've told you all the leads that I have. I trust that, you know, at least some of you here probably have sharper senses than me and my men. I mean, you all might turn up additional clues, but
Now hold up, Sheriff. I got this. Urslan.
Now, out of character, it's totally the sheriff, right? Like we're all.
Has the sheriff here ever been seen to be obsessed about you? Because clearly you have a decent idea who this person is.
I don't think I do. I am very
Well, would you-
unromantically inclined to anything. I don't like people or men.
Who said it's a dude?
It says
They just
lordship,
kinda...
not ladyship.
Oh. Couldn't that be a demon? Or
Anywho, I'm pretty sure
Ah!
Urslan would know.
Cade
at
looks
least
at
have a
the
decent idea
sheriff.
who it is.
If it's
They're
a
not
demon,
I don't want
know
those
it.
notes.
Point is, I think we have enough evidence to show that the sheriff is not a suspect.
Okay. Like I said, I was just doing due diligence. I'm sorry. Things have made me kind of paranoid lately. If you get, it's been weird.
Yeah. I get that.
Well, luckily this time, I don't think we're dealing with demons this time.
You don't think you're dealing with
Um,
demons yet?
Yet, but until we get more evidence, as far as we know, this is one person. Regardless how powerful he is, there's seven of us, only one of him.
We also don't know that he's not possessed by a demon.
I wouldn't
Not sure
do
how
that
that
after
demons
me
work,
of
but
all
okay.
people. I hate demons.
He just kind of looks
Everyone hates demons.
at the sheriff and sighs and goes, "I can't wait to get the notes."
The sheriff, he says, yes, like I said, I will have those sent over here in the morning, or I'll just bring them myself.
I know. Thank you. I wasn't saying that of you. I was just these two. I want answer. I could. Sorry.
Sheriff, thank you so much for your trust in us. I do apologize if you were offended by my questions. I
No,
might
it's
be a little bit of a fan of murder mysteries, so.
it's fair. You know, I wouldn't expect less from someone that I'm asking for help to solve murders.
Alright then, if we have no more further questions for the sheriff, I suggest we get going.
I agree.
All right.
He says, I wish you all luck, and I'll see you soon. And he makes his way to the exit.
All right. So I'm not saying that it's the sheriff, but it's the sheriff.
Well, now that he's
One,
gone,
only the sheriff is capable of doing all that, first of all. Second of all, it doesn't really make sense. Third of all, I don't think he's capable of doing all that.
now that he's gone, he mentioned a 7-pointed star, which I have in my pack somewhere. The Sahedron medallion 7-pointed star.
Yeah, you're actually. I mean, you may or may not be wearing it just because you haven't fought anything in a little bit, but.
Oh yeah.
Regardless, I say we don't have enough evidence to call him out on anything yet, so let's just go to the place and see what we can find.
Kate's quietly
I'm
watching
saying that he
dreams.
didn't answer my questions, and that was suspicious.
I mean, he provided decent enough evidence on why he wouldn't be the criminal, but again,
No,
no real
that
evidence.
was all
Let's just get
anecdotal
going.
evidence. He did not provide any actual evidence. He didn't answer my questions. He just said, it's probably not me. I mean, if it was me, why would I hire you guys who I have so much trust in?
I'm sure
And
he's just
that's
trying to be
suspicious.
polite and nice about it. After all, for one, he's a sheriff, and he's probably very annoyed and frustrated after all he's been through today, so I don't put it past him. You can think whatever you want, Kat. I'm just saying, let's not accuse anyone until we have solid proof.
Okay. And Kat's going to just like lean and whisper to Dino, not Dino, to Chomper.
Chopper still talk to us.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Chopper.
I get that.
Chopper's wearing the circlet, or he should be at least.
He's always wearing his circlet.
Yeah. Chopper just looks at Kat and says, "I don't think so."
The dinosaur has spoken. Let's go.
That's just gonna go. I
Oh,
forgot
wait,
you
one more
could
thing.
do that.
All right, so
Armor cave, keep an eye out. Dark vision.
it is a relatively short walk to the lumber mill.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a pretty grisly sight when you arrive. This is the door right here, so you can place yourselves in this general area of the map.
Okey-dokey.
Yes. That's the dead bodies. No, it's just one dead body. Never.
There we go.
Signing up for a job. I'm sorry, is someone playing tennis?
No, that's the sound of like wood being chopped.
Sounds
Although-
oddly tennis-like.
I might have, you know what? I think I chose the wrong sort of music here.
Camp sounds.
I
Oh
want
no, I hear it now. Like it like the chopping sound. It sounds like tennis ball. Oh, tell us what it would be.
Timber.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding one that's strictly a mill. I mean, this one's literally called lumber mill, but it's like manually chopping
It'll
trees. It
do.
doesn't make sense. Anyway,
Don't worry about it.
the important thing is that you know where you are.
Yeah.
So
I gotta turn rhythm down again.
So as you arrive, you come to the lumber mill, which is a pretty well built wooden structure with very thick walls. The roof is made of wooden shingles. The doors are all made of timber. The first thing you notice when you walk in is that all the machinery has been disengaged. Given the scene in here right now, you look and you see immediately to your right, you see the horribly desecrated body of a man. The drawing on the map doesn't indicate it, but his body is actually affixed to the wall over here. Using several hooks that are normally used to hang up some of the machinery. The body is like very badly mutilated. You notice that the face looked like someone had like carved it away. The lower jaw is completely gone. And his bare chest, you see that this 7-pointed star has been carved into his chest. You also notice that he has one tattoo on his lower abdomen, which is really the only identifying thing left on the body. The tattoo is faded a little bit, and it is a depiction of a raven.
Interesting.
The other things that you notice immediately upon walking in is that there is a pretty rotten smell in the lumber mill. it smells as if some kind of animal had died in the room and the remains were just left there for a while.
Makes sense. Dead bodies don't smell good.
And then
I mean, Dream's gonna say, yeah, but this dead body isn't decaying. This smells like decay.
yeah, the body itself, just from where you're standing and looking, the body itself doesn't appear to be old enough for that to happen.
It
to
smells
that.
like dried blood, which also just smells disgusting.
Right. Let me make sure
Um,
that. Okay.
Can I move
So,
closer
I have
and
a
inspect the body?
question.
I see 2 of everyone.
Yeah, I'm just getting the correct tokens on the map. I noticed that the Dream and K tokens on the map didn't have like all the info on them, so I just fixed that.
Thank you.
The other immediately apparent thing that you see is that looking down at the floor, the floor is kind of coated with a layer of sawdust, and throughout it there are some splashes of blood, and it looks like there are some footprints.
Interesting.
I have a question. So if this is not something that's literally noted as possible or not possible, from what I can tell, since I have the ability to feed on humans and I know fresh blood versus dead, I don't revive from dead. Can I tell like how fresh I guess the blood is from like
You can make a survival.
Sorry, guys, hold on 1 sec.
Yeah, make a survival check.
a survival check? Okay.
Thanks to her magic item, that should be a pretty high roll.
Yeah, I just like you guys get what I was trying to say, right? Like,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, and while she's doing that, can I go over to this body and kind of make a check to see? Like, I know he's been mutilated, but I want to know what he's been mutilated by. What?
Okay. You can make a heal check.
Guidance.
I don't need
I
it.
needed.
I don't need
Okay.
I don't need it.
So, Kate, judging from the blood as well as the condition of the body in front of you, you know that this person was killed. It may have even been as recently as you all first arriving back at the Rusty Dragon from the Tickwood Forest. It's been maybe a couple hours.
I'm gonna look at everyone and go, I don't know if this is what the sheriff was talking about, guys. I think this might be someone new.
Someone new.
You just
Oh, how big the body is.
a little bit of saliva you can see just like coming out of the corner of my mouth, and you just see me like kind of try to hide it a little bit, but it goes, these are fresh. Or this is fresh.
Thinking back, you've even before you began adventuring, Cade, you've always known that Sheriff Hemlock likes to work quickly when he can. So there's at least a decent chance that these are the bodies he was talking about.
Okay, so I'm gonna say okay. So Cade's gonna say what I said already out loud, but then say, but at the same time, they could be the same ones. I just, from the way he talked about it, it made it seem like they were older, but I don't. They're a lot fresher than I thought they'd be. And I just kind of take a few steps back.
Okay, so Dino.
Strange indeed.
So Dino, your heal check. You aside from the more like obviously present wounds on the body, like the chest being carved into this 7-pointed star, like I said, the lower jaw missing, the face has been carved off. You, upon closer inspection, you notice that there are many smaller wounds on the body. The patterns of them seem to indicate that they were made by claws, but the claws are 5-fingered and roughly a human-sized hand. You also notice that the lingering stench in the room is stronger near these wounds.
Kareem's gonna take a walk.
What,
over
5
here.
fingers? It appears to be claws with what they are. And it's around human-sized.
Is it
Can
really?
I make a roll real quick to see if I know what lycanthropes are?
Yeah, that would be
Lycanthropes? They're like wolves.
Werewolves, were-tigers,
Yeah, they're like-
were-bears, along the lines of
No,
that.
a
That's what
lycanthrope would be a werewolf.
well, it could in this universe
Many
it can
types
be
of
it could be
like
anything.
rare
It could be
animals.
anything.
Oh, that's
So
fucked
while
up.
I'm a druid, I think I would know what it is, but not
Yeah,
too sure about that.
go ahead and make a nature check.
Guidance! 21.
Okay.
Oh.
Looking at these wounds again and thinking back to your knowledge of lycanthropy, as well as, you know, how the form of a person would change when this curse gains a hold of them, and how their anatomy changes. These wounds don't appear to be consistent with a lycanthrope.
So with my roll, it's unlikely it's not likely that it's gonna be like a werewolf or something. It's
Yes.
something else.
Yes, that's right. It's unlikely that it would be a creature of that nature.
Okay, could I sense if it's something more like me?
Roll. Does anyone have any ranks in religion?
Nope.
I do.
Okay, so then yeah,
Religion or what?
roll religion.
Guidance!
And what are religions?
Jesus Christ.
It's a
Yo.
roll. That's a 27. Not bad at all.
Okay, there is something here for a religion check. I just have to find it.
Yo.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
you just
So
wasted your good rolls for the night.
Oh, I know. But information's important.
so
I guess.
Cade, you use your knowledge of religion and creatures related to religion to sort of take stock of the situation. You determine that the stink of corruption or whatever it is in this room is beyond that which a dead body can normally produce. You think that there may have been some form of corporeal undead involved.
Cade spits away from the body and like disgusts and says, "This stench isn't decay either, Dream. It's the undead."
That explains it, because I've been investigating it, and I've seen claw marks. The only animals that human thing I know that can do that is a lycanthrope, which is like a werewolf, a were-tiger, etc. And these don't match anything that I've heard of, so whatever these things are, they're not natural.
I nod my head in agreement and say they definitely are somewhat like me, possibly. I say kind of jauntily and very resentfully.
It's a possibility, but you can't be too sure. I'm not an expert, but I think there's plenty of undead that would be capable of doing this. More importantly, if this creature or person is something to do with the undead and they're capable of controlling themselves, that's usually mean it's a powerful undead. Worse than I thought. I'll give it that. And I'm gonna go
Kareem's
over
gonna
to the
go see
other body to see if there's anything I can.
Yeah, I was about to say,
find out.
Dream, you were going to go over there too, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you arrive at the other body. You see one of the guards, the further one here. He is obviously upset by the scene. Not in like a grief sense, more of like he is like, struggling to hold his lunch down kind of sense. His face is very like pale. And he's kind of squirming a little bit at the sight here. You see that this body is in even worse condition than the first one. The remains are completely mangled and ruined among a pool of blood that has even spread and stained some of the nearby firewood. The other guard who's standing there, he's keeping it together a little bit better. He looks at all of you and says, "It's horrible what happened to her. We found her in the log splitter."
I can understand how that's disturbing, but we need to investigate the body to see this doesn't happen again.
Nearby, you see a hand axe embedded into the floor. None of the guards had, the guard points in the direction of the axe. He says, "Yeah, we found this axe in the floor next to the log splitter. We figured it was probably important, so we haven't touched it."
You think it's the murder weapon? I mean, this is more than an axe could do.
He says, I'm not sure if it's the murder weapon. It could have been, but another theory that I have is that perhaps the girl was trying to use it to defend herself, that there was some kind of struggle before she met her untimely fate.
I think that might be more likely.
That explains why she's in worse disarray.
Where's the axe?
The door to the log splitter is over here, and it's kind of like around the corner right here. It's just like embedded in the floor, like the blade is stuck in the floor.
I recognize
like right here.
It's about next to Chomper right now.
Wait a second, Drink. Before you touch it, I want to test something. Chomper?
Oh, I'm not touching it.
I'm just making sure. So, Chomper, I want you to smell the axe to see if the scent smells like either the two people from before or if it's a new scent. So, what would Chomper have to roll for that?
Well, yeah, Chomper can just use his scent ability. Go ahead and roll perception for Chomper. We'll just
Come on, Chomper, you have guidance on your side.
use that just to see how well he does.
Big money. 19, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, hey, when the lowest roll of the night so far is a 19, that's not a bad problem to have. Okay, so
You love to see it.
indeed. So Chomper detects the same smell throughout the lumber mill. He does pay extra attention to the axe, sort of indicating without him having to say anything to you that the smell is more concentrated on the axe.
Smell is more concentrated on the axe. So it's more likely that the killer used the axe, right, Chomper?
Chomper sort of like nudges the axe a little bit, and it comes free from the floor and lands on its side. And you know what, Dino, you can go ahead and make a perception check.
Come on, guidance, don't fail me now. Give me a minute, my character sheet wants to be a little bit pissy with me. Come on! 30!
Okay. So you look at it all over. You notice that on the blade itself, there looks to be some sort of rotten flesh and like small bone fragments that are like caked on the blade. On the handle are some bloody finger marks, and again the stench is rather potent on the blade.
Alright, I'm just asking again, just make sure there's nothing I'm missing, because Dino is big brain and I'm stupid sometimes. So I think, with my own theory, is that he used whatever he normally does with the guy over there, but he got pissed off with the girl, so he mutilated her with the axe. Alright?
I kind of look over and I say, or she was a surprise.
Either way, there's bone fragments on the edge of the blade, and there's blood on the handle. So it makes sense that the killer... Wait a minute, Chopper! Smell the blood on the blade. You need to get hold of this guy's scent, alright? Alright? Oh, wait, that's the blood from the other guy. Shit, never mind. Doesn't matter, remember the smell, Chopper.
Cade's gonna just walk farther in.
Okay.
Yeah, with it...
Like, while they're all debating,
Information. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't want to hog too much spotlight, because I want to give everyone else a chance.
I like what you're doing. I was just like RPing because Cade doesn't want to be standing right next to the bloody thing.
So.
Alright, so unless...
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. You first. Go ahead. You're finishing what you're doing. Go ahead.
I don't want to step on anyone's toes.
No. By all means.
Like, I want to go over the body and see. It's the same thing what he did with the first body. You know, what did he use to mutilate her? If it's an axe, like a clean slice, and I would assume that it was the axe. If not, then she used the axe.
Okay, so we'll have you go and look at the body a little bit closer, and I'll come back to you in a moment. Cade, as you are moving further into the mill, a couple of things. First, go ahead and make another survival check for me. Okay. I can kind of piggyback this off of your check earlier too, because you were like inspecting closely. So 2 things. As you experience the horrible funky scent of this room, your mind is racing at, what kind of undead could this be? As you get close to the other body, it dawns on you that this scent is unmistakably that of a guest.
I'm literally just gonna go, "Guest!" and look at everyone and just yell from like across the hall and goes, "Guest!"
God damn it! I hate those creatures from Minecraft.
The other thing that you notice is that you continue to look down at the floor as you walk forward. You notice that there are, like I said before, there are sets of footprints. However, one of those sets of footprints is barefoot. And that set of footprints also has a very bad stench to it, similar to the smell of the ghast, but with a side of like rotten meat smell.
I say it's not just a ghast. Confused. And go, I can't tell what it is.
All right. So as you make your way further back, we'll go back to Dino, inspecting the body. What are you looking for?
Well, for one, I know the body's mutilated, but I want to see, for one, if it's the same claw marks that were on the first body? And if not, do they appear to be cleanly cut, such as using an axe?
Give me 1 second. I just gotta get rid of a spam comment in our chat. Okay, so you're looking for signs that are consistent with the other body, right? All right, so go ahead and roll perception.
Awesome. I'm gonna be using guidance.
Of course you are.
Because number one thing Dino wants to know is what is this guy using?
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't know much about the undead, but he does know decent about weaponry. So simply knowing what weapon does this guy use will prove helpful to him. And Shablushki. 16.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
You don't see very many of the claw mark type wounds on this body. Simply from the way the body has been cut and dismembered in certain places, it leads you to believe that obviously the log splitter is a very efficient and deadly thing to use as a weapon. There are no gashes that would lead you to believe that the woman was cut or otherwise harmed by the axe. It sort of leads you to think that the guard who was theorizing that perhaps she tried to fight back against her killer is probably correct.
Interesting. But my concern is, wait a minute. Bones and blood on the blade of the axe. Does it appear to be hers? Does it look, is it red? Is it bone that looks like it came from her? Or is it something I wouldn't recognize?
Well, I had mentioned before that some of the flesh that was on there had appeared to be rotting. So probably not hers.
Ah, that's the key. All right, just making sure, because in times like this, you need to be certain of
course,
your decisions. I turn to the guard and say, I think your theory is true, because if my friend is right, and I have faith, this was the work of an undead. Not 100% sure which kind of undead, because the flesh on the axe is rotting, which is way too quickly for what her flesh could do. You see, human flesh takes a while to rot and decay. So my guess is that she used the axe, as you assumed, got a decent hit in, the undead got pissed and decided to mutilate her just for fun. We're dealing with a undead that is smart enough to kill for fun. It gets angry whenever it gets harmed.
I'm raising my hand and going, we're dealing with more than one undead, I think. We're dealing with a ghast and something else.
I'm gonna walk over to Kate to see what she's found.
I kind of look at you and I go, I don't really have much corporeal thing to show you as proof, but just I kind of bop my nose and then without showing any of the guards, kind of open my mouth and point at the teeth and kind of go. But I kind of got an idea, if you get what I mean.
I got some decent pieces of evidence myself, but trust me, you have more experience in something like this than I would, so I'll take any advice.
I just kind of shrug and I say, I think we're dealing with something more powerful, and I think we have to be cautious.
No doubt. Wait a minute. Didn't the note say that this person was obsessed and in love with Ursuline?
Yes.
So if he's undead, that means he must have died in the past, somehow be brought back to life, and now he's killing people just for fun, but I'm pretty sure he's looking for Ursuline.
Kind of just snap my head towards Ursula and go, anybody you know that you cared about that happened to die?
Ursula, what? I don't know much about your past.
Uh,
What were you doing before I met you?
She. This is awkward. She went to the bathroom.
Oh,
I'm here now.
Oh, hi.
Can you not hear me?
Woo!
No, we
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
hear
now
you.
we
In that
can.
case,
Also
we'll come back.
cleaning up my room
there we go.
because my mom wants me to get my new TV and dresser out of the living room. My uncle died. My aunt died. Before that, my mother and father were bitches. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, but
So
any
it could
guys
be your
interested in
uncle?
you, being obsessed, potential lovers, anything like that?
Is
No,
your
but there were
uncle
quite a few
obsessed?
gals.
Kay just kind of like wide eyes.
see, I told you it could be a lady.
No, but it says your lordship.
I don't know. Well, if they're dedicating themselves to a god or a demon, they could be writing via the master.
Regardless, I don't think that that really matters because one, it's undead, so it's probably going after Ursuline because I came back to life and I'm out to kill whoever. But one thing
Why me?
I'm not sure. I've never met this person before, but all I know is that this undead A is fairly powerful, B is most certainly undead, and C it's smart enough to have fun in killing these people, and whenever it gets injured, it goes into a rage. As the lady back there, I forget her name, she fought back, got at least one hit in, and then got mutilated. So whatever this thing is, it's undead and has a temper. Okay, you're talking about
I
footprints.
there yeah, so it seems like not just the undead thing, but there's can I roll to see if I like recognize them, I guess, at all? Like if like the size is like kind of like outlandish or if it like there's any specific markings or like kind of specific gait, like if it would be like recognized like someone who like has like a purple leg or something.
Okay. Roll survival.
Guidance. A cantrip. Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. Outside of the like I said earlier, how you know the footprints are barefoot. At least the ones you're inspecting, that they smell bad. Um, there's occasionally some blood mixed in with these footprints. Um, doesn't appear to be anything super unusual. That this whoever this is that became an undead and came back here to commit some murders, that they probably were just a regular person beforehand. Um, you notice that the tracks do lead in different directions at times. Some of the tracks lead way up towards like the top of the map here, uh, towards like this door that's behind the guard.
Okay.
As opposed to them going towards the door.
I'm gonna look at the guard and say, what's behind there?
Okay, so yeah, you follow the tracks all the way up, and you come across the two guards, and Dream, who's still standing there.
Hi, Dream. I wave at him.
So you get there, and the guard who is actually still managing to have a decent handle of himself. He says, "Oh yes, that door leads out to the timber pier where the raw wood is delivered, and then that pier then extends out to the river."
I look at everyone and go, well, we know how they got out or in. And I like look back at the footsteps, not remembering which direction they were going, and say, well, that goes to the river. So undead that don't deal with water are eliminated, it seems. And then I kind of sit there scratching my head and go, wait,
I thought we knew it
bless
was a
the
gas
river.
balloon.
We can bless the river. If it's holy water, they can't use it. I can't really particularly care for it either then, but not the point. We can bless the river, Kate just says again.
Well, first of all, Kate, think, do gas typically like the water in the first place? And second of all, would it use water to hide?
Well, something did, Kate says. There's more than
My question is,
one.
maybe it just used that as an escape route instead of just hiding there.
Okay,
So,
that's what I'm saying. And either way, from what I know, most undead don't like water, especially holy water. So if we can eliminate a path of either exit or entry or hiding place, then why not try it?
for one, I'm pretty sure it's going to take a considerable amount of resources for Father Sanchez to do so, first of all. And second of all, it might not even be there. Because pretty sure he's going to go for multiple targets.
Kate kind of waves their hand and goes, "Well, I don't know. You asked me about my opinion, and from what I know about the undead and things like it, the more holy shit we have, the better."
I'm not just creating anything you said, because as I said, you have more
But then
experiences
I
than
look
I
at
do,
you and
but
I go,
I'm just saying is that
I look over and I say, but at the same time, I don't have the investigative experience or knowledge or world experience that most of you have. So just because I know the literal book knowledge about some of these topics, please feel free to let me know I'm wrong or you have a better idea.
Are
Kate, you
guests
literally know more
intelligent?
about this than we do. You are the expert here.
Kate just kind of like stutters and looks at everyone and goes, "No, I wouldn't say I'm not an expert." Okay.
Compared to
more
the
than
rest
us.
of us?
I know nothing about the undead.
Yeah, but
Can
compared
y'all
to the
stop
rest of us, you're the
for
one
Kate,
with all the
one
knowledge.
for 1 second? Just think that maybe she's making sense here. She may know the difference between undead and not dead, but she doesn't know how to investigate diddly squat. It's Kate.
yeah, that's
I'm not. I didn't say she was the expert on
You should have
investigating. I said
decent
she's
amount
the
of
expert
insight
on
on
being
knowing what the undead are, so it's worth listening
I
regardless.
look over at Ursulin and I say, I'm gonna take that as a kind of compliment and also a bit of a slap to the face. Very knowledgeable about undead.
Either
Yes.
way,
True, I can't
I'd say
investigate
let's
well.
do a quick check of the place behind the door. Alright?
I agree.
Everyone stick together, and whoever can see in the dark, keep an eye on Ursuline.
I just latch onto Ursulin's arm and goes, "Hey,
Please let go of me.
buddy." Oh, okay.
Ursula, be nice to Cade.
You can see better than I can.
Kate just kind of looks around and goes, "Well, I kind of like grab imaginary goggles and put them on front of my eyes and just like adjust them and goes, night mode activated."
Alright, then I think we're
Goodbye.
all gonna go through the door to see if we can find this gas or not, right?
Yes. In my opinion.
All right, so you all head towards the sort of back door. Upon arriving there, all the way up at the top of the map, Go ahead, somebody make another survival check to look at the tracks.
Items.
Busy.
Seriously, who's going first? It's probably all going to be Dino or Cade.
Yeah.
Well, Kate's gonna go first, I guess, because I can see Ursulin should be between me and Dino, and so Ursulin's right in the middle and protected from obsessive thing, and I can see
Rapper
what might be
wheel?
coming right at us.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. And then I'll just follow behind Dino and Chopper.
Everyone has light on my scimitar.
I mean, as long as
Why
I'm
not?
like, at most, I think it's 15 feet away, we're good.
Not the greatest. Not my greatest. So
Hey, not bad.
not bad, but not my greatest.
All right, so when you get up to the top of the map,
Right
all
now.
the way up here, you.
I help.
Let me move you guys.
I am attached to her after all.
Yes. I'm You're right behind me. And I literally like have like my finger like touching your hand. Just not like holding it, but like just like whatever part of you that's closest that I can reach. I'm literally just like, because you told me to let go of your whole body, I'm just like, I contact you safe.
So upon opening this this door, you see the pier in front of you, and then past the pier is the river, and then you can see some of the land on the other side of the river, even though it's dark outside. Looking down at the pier as you try to follow where these tracks may have gone. Ursulin, you notice that the tracks are consistent with the barefoot human or humanoid who left the footprints inside. It appears that the tracks reveal that he clambered up from underneath the pier.
It's fucking scary thinking.
He then made his way over to the mill, and you see the tracks. The tracks when you were opened the door at first were leading out from the mill. You see more tracks that were leading into the mill, except that this person climbed the wall and made their way in through a window on an upper floor.
I relay this information to the other party because I'm about to go downstairs and empty out trash. I'll be right back.
Alright, so I think the key thing to take away from this is that the tracks, the tracks are going into the mill and not out. So he clearly did not escape from this place. But
Well,
he
no,
didn't escape from this place.
Well, no, he left through the door that you just opened, but he got in by climbing up to the upper floor, like scaling the wall of the mill and breaking in through a window.
Alright. First of all, I'm gonna cast light on my scimitar to make sure everyone can see. And then I suggest we follow the tracks.
Okay.
I agree.
Well, I can tell
That
you
sounds
that
like a plan.
I can tell you that the tracks that are going out from the mill, they seem to indicate that this creature simply got into the water and crossed the river.
Cade looks at everyone and goes, see?
And this is why we asked for your opinion, Cade.
Holy water river time.
No, wait a minute. He crossed the river. He's not in the river.
Well, my point is he can't cross back if we do that. I would think. Cade.
Yeah, but there's more than one way onto.
Cade goes, like I said, I do undead, not tactics.
I am back. My room is more spacious.
All right, so wait a minute. I have a theory.
What did I miss?
I'm guessing by the time he crosses the river to go wherever he went before, the blood's gonna be off, right? However, he's still an undead, and he has a horrible decaying smell. So if we go around the river onto the side where he might have crossed, Chomper might be able to smell out his scent from there.
Seems like a decent plan. Cade kind of goes, I can definitely smell something. If we get close enough, I'll be able to tell you.
Well, it'll definitely be helpful. Feel free to try to smell out his tracks as well, but Chomper specializes in this.
Oh, I know. That's why I said I can just confirm with words, because, well, you can only speak to him
Sure.
so often, right?
All right. So that's my take. Do we agree, or should we leave till later? Because by the morning, I'm pretty sure his smells is going to be gone by then.
I'd say we go now.
I say that I'm done with resting. Let's venture forward!
I say that I finally moved my TV in on the other side of my room, so I'm back for good.
Cat
Okay.
is a little loopy after being. Cat's been bored, so she's a little more preppy than usual.
I get that.
However, we all agree. Let's go around the river, and to the point where we're on the other side, about where he would. At
Okay.
least I would think it would.
Give me a survival check to sort of reacquire the tracks.
Sorry, is that me or Chomper?
Not me.
To find the tracks again. Really, either one of you, but
Yeah, I could do.
Oh, I'm saying not me.
or
I
anybody.
mean, is it okay if me and Chomper do it? Me using my eyes and Chomper using his sense of smell?
Yeah, I guess. Given that this creature does have a rather distinctive and strong stench, yeah, I would say
I'm gonna give guidance on Chomper.
Chomper could probably find the trail by smelling.
13.
13.
Best, but hopefully his scent ability would get him across. And as for me,
16. Okay.
damn, I rolled a
Hold
4.
on.
Sad.
Can you one up the Dino?
What?
Can I
I
what?
said, can you one up Dino with that survival check or no?
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Close.
Dream, or you can roll if you want. I mean, everybody else has. So,
Dream could definitely do it.
Come on, Dream.
we believe in you, Dream.
Dream will just roll an 18 and be like, yeah, I'll lead the way now.
Yeah, hold on.
$16.
All right, so Dino and Jareem and Kat have relatively the same success level. You guys are able to follow the scent as you get to the other side of the river. It takes a bit, given that it is dark, but you do eventually find footprints that seem to match what you saw earlier. The footprints lead a bit further inland from the river, and as you follow them, you come to some like marshlands, not that far away from the riverbed.
My home.
Yeah, not quite your home. This is still like within like the general Sandpoint area.
I know. I'm just saying, like the marshlands is where I
But-
lived with the
yes,
people.
yes.
So I am very familiar with this territory.
Yes, this is very familiar terrain to you. Um, at this point, we'll have Chomper make his scent check for the now that you guys have located the footprints.
All right. Well, I'm not sure if he has to make a check because one, we know where the footprints are. I mean, granted, if we're tracking him, I'm sure he does anyway.
Okay, so yeah, actually, yeah,
But
he
I'm
would need to.
pretty sure it'll be pretty hard for him to.
Yeah, he wouldn't need to make a check just to follow footprints. So, yeah, Chomper takes point and he begins to walk a little bit to the east. Eventually, he comes to a stop at sort of a dry spot in this like marsh area. Um, the dry spot contains many more of these footprints. They all appear to be consistent with one another. It's just that there are many sets of them, indicating that whoever this is has made several trips. The one distinguishing factor, however, is that the footprints themselves, they lead into the river and coming back from the river, but none of them lead away from the site.
Okay, that's odd.
The
Hey,
other thing you notice just from sort of taking in your surroundings is that from this dry spot of the marsh, you have a perfect view of the mill.
So,
shit. All right, Kay, I need to ask you a question.
Cade looks over and goes, "Where am I?"
Marshland. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Point is, Cade, and gas fly.
Can gas fly? Is gas fly? Can gas fly? Cade's just like calculation meme happening right now in their face. Do I remember if gas can fly?
Make a religion check.
Guidance. Anyone?
All right.
They cannot fly.
Cade looks over and goes, "Nope, no flight."
That doesn't make any sense. Where could he have gone?
Water.
Can I make a perception check as well as Chomper to see if there's anything else like requires deeper investigation to see?
I'm sorry. Say that again. I was looking at something else.
I said, like, you gave us a good description of everything we can see, especially from Chomper's scent. I'm wondering if there's anything else we're missing.
Okay,
So I
sure,
wanted
sure.
to do a more in-depth thing, as
All
well
right.
as Chomper, because why not?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll perception for both of you.
I'm gonna give guidance on me because I am the king of perception as I roll a 1.
Did you really?
No. Just saying, like,
I was so ready
I feel
for
like
it.
calling myself the king of perception is gonna bite me in the ass.
Yeah,
Guidance?
that's okay.
Oh well,
Yeah.
it might have you rolled a 3. It's okay, I'll help you out.
Come on, Chomper, don't fail me now.
Too.
All right. So 14 for Dino, 11 for
Oh my
Chomper.
god. I'm just gonna walk up and be like, bam.
Okay. Yeah, nothing else really jumps out at any of you.
I'm just gonna look at Dino and be like, there's nothing here, and turn back and go back where I was by Kate.
I'm gonna be like,
Okay, so nothing out of the ordinary that even I can't see. I'm gonna roll a 3. But the comedic timing was just too good for Roll20 to handle, I suppose.
Oh, of course.
Alright.
do I sense anything
Fuck.
more that I'm outside close to the buildings?
All right.
I'm sorry. Why did
So
that sound like a
clearly, I
fart?
can't use my general perception to rely on this. So can I like use my survival skills to look out the track to see if there's any of them that lead to anywhere else?
Well, like I
Well, we
said, the tracks coming from this person only go to and from the river. You've noticed that, strangely,
Hey,
its tracks don't go in any other directions. It's simply to and from the river.
to and from the river. Hmm. Crap! This thing actually might be hiding in the water. Hmm. I have an idea. Just give me a moment. Because I have wild shape. I can transform into an animal that goes in the water to investigate, see if it's there or not. However, I forget exactly what's in it. So just give me a second, please.
Wait, I can't decide, but I'll take a six metal. Did you say that exactly?
A real hold up, but it's a little bit of a hassle to find out exactly what can I shape into and not. Okay,
I'm a guppy fish.
Hmm?
The tree snapping in the rhythm thing sounds like a wet fart. I just can't.
Alright, let me check. Antelope, panther.
Okay, I'm sorry. I blanked for a moment. Cade, what's that roll for?
I was just thinking if there was anything that I would notice that was off just because of all my knowledge and since we were all outside looking. And Dina seems so exasperated that I was just trying to see something about
Alright, I have it. So,
Sorry, I was having a little bit of a hard time understanding you. Your voice wasn't coming through very clearly.
Oh, Kate was seeing how exasperated Dina was, so Kate was just trying to help.
Oh. Okay.
I go, Eureka! I have an idea. Maybe he comes here to look at the mill because I'm not sure why. Because perfect views, it seems too coincidental, and there's only footprints here and in the water. So I'm going to investigate what's in the water real quick. And as that, I walk into the water and I use my wild shape ability to transform into a bull shark.
All right.
Oh, okay, that's
Pretty good timing on the ambient music too. So yeah, Dino takes the form of a bull shark using his wild shape for the day, and he goes into the river.
Kate just like
And
wide eyed and goes, "Wait, what?
bull sharks, they have. I'm not sure if I get this yet because I'm still confused on what do I get for wild shape or not. But according to the thing, I get blind sense 30 feet and keen scent, which is apparently better than normal scent, as well as low light vision.
Yeah, I think it
Do
depends.
I get all that?
I think it depends on the form you take. Let's see here. It functions like B-shape 1, so let me read that spell. Okay, so if the form you assume has any of the following listed abilities, so that would mean I have to look up a stat block for a shark.
Sorry, it's just that, gassed.
No, you're
Is
good.
there
You're
enough
good.
water? Wait,
You're
hold on.
good.
Is there enough water to be a shark?
It's a river, and we're right by the
Can I
thing,
make
so I
a
would imagine.
perception roll to see if this is enough water
A
for him to be a shark?
a bull shark is a medium creature, so yeah, you'd be okay. So yes,
Funny humor. Okay.
you have blind sense 30 feet, you have keen scent, and you have low light vision.
Awesome. All right, now do I see anything in the water?
Okay, so let me see. Keen scent. The creature can notice other creatures by scent in a 180-foot radius underwater and can detect blood in the water at ranges of up to a mile. The only other creatures you notice in the river are small fish. Given the time frame between when the killings occurred and now, it would appear that the assailant has gotten out of dodge. You do not detect any blood in the water.
Hmm. So two things. One, I'm pretty sure it's not there anymore because I'm pretty sure blood stains in the water for a decent amount. And two, I think I will be able to know if the gas is in the water thanks to my abilities. So this confirms he's not there, right?
Yeah, he's not within the range of your scent. Even though there didn't appear to be any footprints leading away from that dry spot in the marsh, he's not there either, and he doesn't appear to be in that area.
How far does the river go?
Well, the river goes. Looking at my big map of Sandpoint here. The river extends further north through the an area that's just called Mill Pond, and then under Tanner's Bridge, and then it wraps around to the east and goes away from the town.
All right, so a decent whiles away that I'm pretty sure that he could still be in the water, just not in my perception. So, question.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Chomper can talk now, but my question is, while I'm in animal form, can I still talk to him? Can I still talk to him?
Oh.
I don't believe so because you're turning into a creature that can't speak normally. Let me double check everything here.
Trying to talk as a shark.
Yeah, a druid loses their ability to speak while in animal form because they're limited to the sounds.
Yeah, I'm hoping
of an
that I
animal.
can still talk to Chomper in animal speak. I'm not sure there is an animal speak, but it was worth asking.
You can
What are you
communicate.
gonna go blub blub and he's gonna go roar roar?
No, you
Yes.
can you can
You're a
communicate
fucking
normally.
shark.
You can communicate normally with other animals of the same general grouping. So no.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And what the fuck?
Sorry.
Blub blub roar roar.
I don't have anything to work with. So I'm just going to put my head out of the water. I'm gonna shake my head no, and then I'm gonna keep searching.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be looking back and forth at everyone. Is no one else amazed at the fact that he can do that? He's a fucking shark.
So you swim a bit further up the
And what-
river. I'm just going to assume that you're just going to be using your scent like as you go. You continue to not detect this person.
Is this a dead end? I stay as I'm sitting on the floor polishing my gun.
So I'm sorry. How far did I went?
You can go as far as you want to go.
Because I can stay in my form for a really long time thanks to one of my traits.
Yeah, you've got like a few hours, right?
I think I even have a long. Just give me a moment, please.
Well, normally it's an hour per druid level, so if with that trait, I think it's double, right? So you got like 8
Yep,
hours.
doubled.
Yeah, you got like 8 hours in the shark form. And you got a swim speed of 60 feet. So again, I guess I just ask you, like, how long you want to keep this up for?
Good question. I'm gonna say about 3 hours worth, because I'm pretty sure that Cade said that the killing was about a good. So if I can't find him or any trace of him within 3 hours, then I think it's time to go back.
Okay. So 3 hours. Let's see here. Do some math. Now, are you swimming full speed the whole time?
I'm gonna say yes.
All right, so you go a distance of like 20 miles in 3 hours.
So wait, how many miles?
Like you can go 20 miles in 3 hours at full speed.
Damn.
So it's up to you if you
trace.
actually. Yeah, I mean it's up to you if you want to actually go that far, but that's how far you can go.
Going it.
All right, so you go that far along the river, following it outside of town, even along to the east, leaving everyone else in the dust.
I can't talk to them, so I kind of have to.
Yeah.
Can I? Oh, never mind. I don't want to do it. That'd be mean.
You pick up the scent of various aquatic creatures along the way. You know, like fish, shellfish, jellyfish, you know, all that stuff.
Anything more fearsome than me.
You begin to realize after a little while, I mean, you, like I said, you said it yourself, you know, you're remaining persistent in your travel here, but it doesn't take too long for you to think that maybe the trail's going cold.
Fuck. I immediately turn around.
Yeah, it would appear that this creature didn't make a getaway strictly through the water.
Strictly through the water. All right, no plan. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the others.
Okay. So, in the amount of time it takes you to get back, it's now like the middle of the night. You come back to find all of your friends sort of like kicking dirt. Unless you all wanted to do anything while he was away.
Okay, he's just trying to stay away from all the bloody things and not smell the undead stench. And Cade's trying to figure out how the fuck the gas got away.
Okay, so as far as not smelling anything and staying away from the blood, that, you know, they're required to walk a little bit away from this dry spot in the marsh, but not so far that Dino can't find you when he comes back.
Okay.
You don't notice anything else as far as like footprints are concerned. It would seem that however this creature got away, it seems to elude you and your party.
Okay.
Although you certainly have come away
so
with more
by the time
leads.
I'm going.
True.
So, question. Just to make sure, like I know for a fact that that she got a blow on him. So I'm wondering, was there any blood in the water? Like I'm pretty sure you already told me the answer, but I'm just making sure.
No, there was no blood in the water.
Crap. All right, in that case, my current plan is I'm going back to the others. I'm gonna transform out of it because clearly he didn't. Or could he have gone the other way, towards the ocean? I'm gonna do like a very quick search, like not even an hour away from where the others are, to like down the opposite way where I just came from, and see if there's anything I can find, any sense of gas blood or just anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. So you come back to the spot where your friends are. You decide to take a little bit of distance going the other way, down to the south.
Tell me what you want.
This path takes you sort of around the southern part of the main town into the harbor, where to your left you can see all of the manors, like the Valdor Manor, Kajitsu Manor, and then past the harbor, you end up finding yourself in the open waters. From there, you get small hints here and there that something that isn't native to the seas traveled to the south. You're not sure if it was through the water or if on land, but you do get an inkling that something's up in that direction.
So my instinct was right. I mean, scratch that. It was the exact opposite, to where I thought he went further upriver, but reality he went downriver. So that's what I'm inquiring. Or at least that's my best lead.
As far as what you've discovered as a shark, yeah, this seems to be your best lead. You recall that.
All right. In that case, now I'm going back to the others.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry. What are you going to say?
On your way back, you recall that Sheriff Hemlock did mention certain sites to the south, like the Sanatorium, that might be of interest. So that sort of clicks in your mind that hey, there may be a trail here, and the sheriff gave me this information, so that would likely be a stop that you and your friends would have to make at some point.
Seems vital. Because I think we've discovered that he has to be somewhere in the south. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I'm going back to the others because even though I have more time in my shark form, I don't think I can do much else. So I'm gonna go back to around where I left him before, and once I hit dry land, I'm gonna transform back.
Okay. So you make it back.
Alright, I got good news and bad news. Sorry, were you gonna say something?
No, I was just gonna say that you make it back to your friends and you revert back into your human Dino form.
Alright, making sure. It's a bad habit. Alright. Guys, I have good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first?
Give us the bad news and the good news.
Alright, so the bad news is that there's no way he's that way. I point to the east. I spent like 3 hours going that way, and there was no way he's there. The good news, and I point to the south, I've gotten hints of something not native there. I don't know what an undead smells like, so I'm not 100% sure, but that is my best guess.
I look over at you, still awestruck, and go, okay, we're just not going to address the whole I can turn into a fish thing. Yeah, I would say that's probably a really
Great
good move.
druid power. Very helpful.
I get that. That was fucking awesome, Cade says.
Thank you.
And then I look at everyone else and I go, so are we going to go follow that trail he found? Or do we want to go talk to the sheriff? Do we want to investigate? What time is it? Cade just kind of looks around outside.
It
and
is
tries to
like
see them.
the
Noon?
like the dead of night. It is probably like by this
Wait, didn't
point.
we rest before we started this shit? I thought we
No,
did.
no, you
No,
went
we
straight
didn't.
from
Oh.
gambling. You went
We all-
straight from
we all
gambling to
started.
investigating. It's
We
probably
can just
like
set up camp here.
it's probably like 1 or 2 in the morning. I mean, you're close enough to
Okay.
town that you can just go back there and rest. But you know, if you want to set up camp, you certainly can.
I look around at everyone and I say, shrug and I say, if you guys want to go, I'm definitely down to follow the trail. Or if you want to wait till morning, we at least have a direction to go to.
Problem is, it's not really a trail. I just know he's in the south somewhere. And wasn't there somewhere we were supposed to check out there in the
Yeah,
south that's a little ways away?
The suspects or whatever in the jail. The 2 people that he said,
No, not
yeah,
the
I
suspects.
thought we were gonna do that.
I mean, we were
I
going
might
to
as
do
well
that,
go
but there was
back and do that.
something in the south, like a building. I was like, Tim, I forgot the place that you just mentioned.
I suggest we go talk to the people before we rest.
Oh, the sanatorium.
There, the Sanatorium. I
The
recommend we go
sage,
there.
you mean?
No, the sanatorium is the place that Sheriff Hemlock mentioned when he was giving you the leads. That there, let me go back up and find exactly what he said about it. He mentioned that there is, where is it? He mentioned in the first set of murders that three con men were killed. They were outsiders. There was one man who survived, and it was their bodyguard. But since the attack, he had gone insane and was sent to the sanatorium.
Who was that?
He didn't give a name. He just said that whoever this bodyguard was, working with the con men who were killed, he survived the attack, but afterwards he went crazy, and so he was basically committed to this sanatorium.
So, refresh my memory. What's a Sanatorium?
It's like a mental hospital.
At it. So, there's there. While the suspects could be helpful, we have a decent idea of where he's been. We know he's been here in the marsh lots of times based on the tracks. He might go towards the mill. But I don't think they're going to accept visitors at the sanatorium at this hour. Sheriff might be still awake, but I know the suspects probably aren't.
No, but you get to wake them up so easily. I'd rather go to the jail and talk to the suspects than go to the sanatorium and risk anything there. Sanatoriums are not nice.
They're not, but if he went insane, then he must have at least seen it.
No. You probably won't remember anything.
Perhaps. Hey, Kate.
Yeah?
Huh?
You're a
look
mesmerist,
up.
aren't you?
Yeah. I could try
So-
to get him to calm down.
Yeah, someone to calm down, or maybe a spell that would make him talk.
I more so tend to make people not be able to communicate well. Kind of shrugging my head, but then I go, well, I mean, I could try to make him think he's our ally.
That would be
But I don't know if that would
helpful.
compel- I don't know if that would compel much sane conversation from him, though.
I have a
more like
question.
he'd be more like to babble at us.
Wait.
Yes?
Who would be more awake? A sanatorium or the jail cells?
A sanatorium.
Fine.
You're saying more awake.
I'm just
People
considering
who
my
are not
option.
necessarily able to control their
cat.
faculties or have an old circadian rhythm
Yes.
and probably weak all
You have a
hours.
spell that makes it easier to make people talk.
I have a gun.
I
Does
have
that count?
charm person.
Refresh my memory. What does that do?
Pretty much you become it. So I don't like using it. I'd rather use my natural charms, but occasionally I need someone to do something that they don't really want to do. So I kind of charm them so they like me enough to do whatever I tell them to.
Or
And that might be exactly the thing we need to for you to use that spell to charm the insane person that's into talking.
Sure. I
everyone
cast charm
nonchalantly
person.
called Cat a whore, by the way.
Well, when we get there, right? Are we walking there right now? As we're all talking about this? Just to clarify.
Depends.
Let me look up real quick. I mean, you
Wait,
from,
wait,
just from my
DM,
own
I have a
knowledge,
question.
like how far
Can I
away
use
this is.
hypnotism on a person?
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. Let me read the spell.
So, Cat's also going to say, I can also just hypnotize them?
Yeah, the spell can target several living creatures. The only restriction is that no two of them can be more than 30 feet apart from one another. Basically,
So
you would roll to see how many hit dice you can affect, and then those creatures get a will save.
okay. So Cat's like, alright, so I can either charm a person into liking me enough to tell me what I want, or I can hypnotize them to kind of just have them do whatever I want. One of them's less ethically favorable than the other.
You think you could charm a sane person, an insane person into being sane?
I can't do that. I can get them to do whatever the fuck I want. Or actually, no. So I can kind of charm them so they'll be more likely to tell me things, or I can hypnotize them to just tell me things.
Are you sure
well, that
charm
might
works
work.
on insane people?
That's a good question. DM, does it?
Like,
What's the question again? I'm sorry.
Does charm or hypnotize work on a mentally unstable person?
It. I don't see why it wouldn't.
As I would think it would be easier because it requires a wisdom saving throw, and if they're insane, that means their wisdom is lower than normal.
That's
Wouldn't
not
it?
true.
This is my thought process.
So, charm person simply makes the creature perceive you as friendly. But it gets a bonus on its saving throw if you or your allies are threatening it. It also doesn't automatically allow you to command it to do something that it wouldn't normally do. Hypnotism, let's see here. You roll to see how many hit dice you can affect. If this spell works, the target is fascinated. And while it's fascinated, it reacts as though it were 2 steps more friendly. So if it's hostile, it becomes indifferent, I believe. You can then make a single request of the affected creature, provided that you can communicate with it. And the request has to be brief and reasonable. And when the spell ends, it retains the new attitude towards you, but only with respect to whatever you asked it to do. So if I were to make a suggestion, you'd probably want to go with charm person.
okay.
And while Urslan wanted to go to the criminals, the thing is we know what it is. And unless any of them are ghasts, then you can automatically...
Alright, you made your point. Let's just go. I'm tired.
Just
2
making
a.m.
sure we all agree. Alright, so let's go to Sanatorium to see if there are people up.
Alrighty.
Okay. As a reminder, it is the middle of the night, so you all travel to the south, outside of town. It takes you probably about an hour or so to find the place. Let's see here. I gotta check the dynamic lighting real quick. Okay. So, you come up to the front steps of the sanatorium. You don't see any lights on inside. What do you do?
Turn on the lights.
I knock.
Oh, we're not inside yet. Okay, yeah, we'll
No.
knock. I thought we were inside already.
Kate and
Oh,
Nurse
yeah.
just walk up to the door and knock.
And then I'll also add the put my two hands up in front of my head and look into the window.
Oh yeah.
So, you knock and you don't hear any activity inside. The place is either empty or those who are inside are sleeping and don't hear you.
I'm gonna see if I perceive anything.
I'm gonna unlock the door. I'm just gonna tab dabbly doozy. That's a plus 11 right there, I think. Yeah, that's a plus 11.
Okay, Cade, you
I don't really see much, if anything.
you try to look through a couple of the windows and listen for any activity inside, and there doesn't appear to be anything going on. Urslan, you attempt to pick the lock on the front door and you fail.
What? I fail?
Yeah.
Erzling's pissed. Okay, I just gotta check my things real quick because I'm about to shoot the lock open because I think I can do that. I think that's a utility shot.
A, I don't think it would work, and B, if she actually tries to shoot the lock with a star.
I can blast the lock. The gunslinger makes an attack roll
Or
against
as
the
it's a-
lock within the first range increment of her firearm. Diminutive lock usually has an AC of 7. A larger lock has a lower AC. So what kind of lock is this?
It's pretty small. It's like a,
Simple lock?
uh
Okay, well,
well,
I'm just gonna do that so you can see what it is. It's the first part, the last lock.
oops, open the wrong window.
I think this is the first time Arizona has had trouble disabling a lock.
I'm gonna just literally jump back.
Okay, yeah. So looking at all of this now, I would say this is
I mean, that's kind of awesome that you literally have that's a very specific.
the
That's
lock.
True, but I'm
Literally
very worried at the
flashlight.
fact that we're going here to talk to somebody, not to bust in the place.
The
Yeah,
lock.
but
Well, they're all sleeping anyways.
The lock is it's a bit larger than diminutive. But the lock
So like
is,
a AC of 10. Oh no, a larger lock has a lower AC.
however, the lock is pretty good quality.
So that's a good lock. So that's a plus 20. Wait, no. Yeah, that's a good. That's a plus 20. So let's just say it's a 27. Because like if it's just a little bit larger than a diminutive lock, then it
Yeah,
could be
I would
either a 7 or a 5.
I would say it's a minimum 25.
Okay, minimum 25.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you the exact number, but it's at least a
Alright.
25.
Time to try this bad boy, this bad boy out. Oh my god. Boy, yeah. Damn, on the first try.
I'm just gonna
It's,
turn my head and
it's
jump out
almost
the
a
way
nat 20.
and just go, what the fuck? What are you doing? That's so
All you hear is like the loudest sniper rifle shot
Yeah,
ever.
picture like the AWP from Counter-Strike, just
Hey.
I'll pay for damages later.
or like
Mop.
or like
The arcade going mop.
or since a couple of us here are familiar with Smite, Thothalt.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Just
This is gonna end badly, isn't it?
Well, it depends on whether or not those people woke up.
You tell me they woke up.
the lock breaks. It takes a little bit, but you do eventually hear some rather concerned sounding footsteps that come towards your location. Sorry, I don't mean to ping that. I'm trying to
just
move
gonna
this.
holster my gun.
I'm trying to move this dynamic lighting thing to like a good spot, but I'm having some difficulties. All right, that'll work. A man with a very a look on his face that is equal parts concerned and angry steps outside. He is wearing an interesting looking sort of head wrap. He looks at you as you begin to throw your gun over your shoulder, and he says, "What is the meaning of this?"
We thought some
I'm
We heard
just gonna flick at
Fun
like
shit
coin
happened.
toss him three platinum pieces for the lock.
and I'm just gonna be like, we thought we heard things, we thought people were in danger. We tried knocking and tried getting someone's attention to get in, and no one responded, so we did the quickest way impossible.
Yeah, if you fail that persuade, I'm just gonna blurt out the truth. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Cade, make
I figured.
a diplomacy check.
Guidance.
Okay.
22.
22.
The man looks in Cade's direction and says, "Whatever the case might be, you certainly shouldn't certainly shouldn't be going around announcing yourselves like this.
I'm
That's to my new gun.
You
The
could have
chopper is back.
killed someone."
I would never.
I will say my friend is very skilled with the weapon, and I'm pretty sure would not have actually ended up harming anyone, but at the same time,
Sir, go ahead and
So
take a
it
look.
wasn't
Did the bullet travel past the door?
I figured you were aiming in the lock and down, so if it went anywhere, it
I
went
was
down.
disabling the
He-
lock. It wouldn't have gone past the door to the wall. It would have just like knocked the lock out because the lock is made out of like metal, so it would have adhered to the lock and pushed it out.
He looks down at the floor at the platinum pieces that he didn't bother to catch as you threw them at him. And he says, look, if you're going to act like that, you might as well be one of my clients. This is
Speaking of,
this is highly irregular, and I will not stand for whoever you are to just be destroying my property like this in the middle of the night.
I'm going
I have a
to.
psychopath that's writing my name out in blood, and one of your patients is connected to this, and I would like to talk to him. Please.
I'm sorry for the unorthodox ways of our entry, but
walks-
at the same time,
You got real close.
He walks up to you, and he's a bit taller than you. And he sort of like looms over you, like leaning in a little bit, and he says,
Is he trying to intimidate me? I'm tiny.
You're not sure, but he says, well, then you can come back at a normal hour of the day, please.
Intimidate him.
Actually, yeah, let me make an intimidate check for him.
What is that against me? Or can I just make a straight up intimidate check back?
Intimidate checks, the DC is dependent on I think it's your wisdom modifier plus your number of hit dice, which would be 4 plus 10.
My hit dice is 4? I thought my hit dice was 8 or 6.
No, hit dice is equal to your level.
Oh, I was like, the fuck? Because when I level up, it's like a 1d8 or something like that.
Does this guy even have like a... Alright, let me see his skills here.
If I could just make a straight up intimidate check and be like, yeah, no.
Yeah, his intimidate bonus is dog shit. Let's see what this is.
I want to see. I'm going to peek at it.
He rolled a 5. So...
Wow. That is basically... What? You know what? I'm just gonna...
I'll leave it at this. While you can see that he means what he says, that he wants you to leave and come back, at a normal hour of the day, you're not scared of him at all.
Yeah, as Ursun's doing that, can I approach him and say something?
Well, I'm just gonna look back at him when he says that. I'm be like, listen, okay, you may be related to a tree, but I have so much shit going on in my life. I need to talk to this person now.
That
Ursula?
check is not a success, I believe. Let me see here.
I was just trying to intimidate him back. What I said wasn't intimidated. I wasn't trying to be intimidated. But I said I just wanted to give him a look. An intimidating look, because he tried to intimidate me. That number probably amounts to a smolder.
He sort of brushes off his cloak, and he simply says, I'm not going to ask you again.
You know, I could
Okay,
always
time out.
just...
Ursulin, shut up. All right,
You
my
stopped me at a
good
good
sir.
point there,
Okay.
sir.
All right, listen. We're investigating something. It was very dire, and it has something to do with the incident at a mill. We were very concerned right here. I can't give you the full details as we don't want anyone to panic and whatnot, cause like a riot.
Oh, you don't want anyone to panic, you say?
Oh dear.
No, I don't. But listen, I apologize for my friend here. We'll leave and come back tomorrow.
He says, fine. I'll be here.
Thank you. Ursulin, come on.
He starts back towards the door. Only now does he pick up the coins that were thrown at him. And he goes,
you forgot those. I was gonna pick those back up.
He goes back to... He also grabs the lock that was blown off the door. It was also resting on the ground. And he closes the door behind him, and you hear his footsteps go back in sort of like this direction.
Ursula?
Walk on to the back side of the. Is this a door or a window?
That is
God damn it! I like to grapple Ursula and bring her along.
that's a door.
At the door. I'm gonna try and disable this lock. Is it
Seriously,
locked?
I probably knows that she wasn't following in. Can I just grapple her and take her with me?
I mean, you turned away.
Yes, I'm gonna give her a chance to pick the lock first, but yes. So roll disable device.
I'm gonna give me guidance.
Me, bro.
You fail to pick the lock.
What? What are these beastly locks that can't be? What the fuck?
Dino,
Good
roll
job.
combat maneuver bonus.
I'm just laughing.
I have to
Cat's
roll
just gonna
too.
go. Let me try. Cat's just gonna look at
Alright,
let
I'm
me
giving myself
try.
guidance because...
Yeah,
29!
Dino fucking puts Ursula in a full Nelson.
Are you telling me I can't even get out of that?
You can try to get out of it.
What do I
Cat's
have to
gonna
roll?
move past both of them and just
I'm just
try
gonna
to
grab her,
unlock it.
I'm gonna pull her along.
Oh my god, I hate Cat now.
The lock still isn't open.
What?
Natural 20 is not an automatic success.
I swear to God, y'all, if you keep putting up with this shit, I'm gonna let him kill you. As they say.
Where's
drag him
my
along.
trusty?
I
Here
just
it
need
is.
to roll a nat 20 because then it will be a 31 and then we'll be good. Because
Well,
if
right
a
now,
31
you can't
doesn't
do
beat
shit.
it, I swear.
So Cat's sitting there. She tries to unlock the
I
unlock the lock
found
perfectly, and it doesn't go.
I found
All
my
right, I'm gonna roll
trusty.
perception to see what else is up with this lock.
I found my trusty grapple flowchart.
Okay, well, how do I get out of this grapple? Can I just tickle him?
You can roll. You can roll combat maneuver yourself, or you can roll escape artist. The skill, and you
Which one is combat maneuver?
CMB.
CMB. You know,
You have to beat.
why do I only have 4?
Yeah,
Is
'cause
that
it's-
just a +4? Is that what
yeah,
that
that's
is?
just a +4 because that one's strength based.
Okay.
Again, escape artist, the skill would be the other one.
I mean, it's literally the same. It's a +4 either way.
All right, you have to beat a 21.
I would have to roll at least
No.
17.
Jesus,
Jesus Christ.
with these
No,
20s.
I do not.
Yeah, Dino.
Yo, well, how come everyone else gets 20s but me? I have not rolled a 20 yet. A nat, I mean.
I'm just trying to hide.
I'm just flailing like a toddler at this point.
Dino is still
I'm carrying
controlling.
her
Yeah,
out of the building.
Dino is still controlling Ursuline. Dino, make another combat
flailing
maneuver
like a
check
toddler,
to
though.
carry her away. Or actually, you know what? Make a
Alright.
strength check because you'd be basically bearing her weight. So we'll make it a strength check instead.
I do
Fuck's
can I
gonna
do
help me
like
much here.
acrobatics or something to like flail out of his arms?
Well, that's
If he
escape
doesn't do it
artist,
very-
but yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, sure.
Yeah, so Dino does carry you away from the door. You manage to break free right about here.
Flailing like a
Cade
toddler.
Cade merely tries to be quiet and stay hidden and avoid any further ire coming from anyone inside the building. Appears, Cade seems to think that they're doing so successfully. Kat, what's the perception check for? You're looking in through the window?
You're not careful. I'll
Kat,
get to the back door.
Cat!
Is there a back door?
Kat. Cat, Kim, hello.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I don't want to.
So I had rolled perception to see if I could figure out what the hell is wrong with this lock, so why it won't.
Well, the lock is all the way over here. It's just a strong, good quality lock. It's just better than your abilities to pick it.
Alright, Cat asked Dino if he, Cat asked Chopper if he can bite the lock.
Oh my god, that's
If you
so...
think he's doing any of that, you got another thing coming.
I asked
Chopper have his
politely,
own
I
will?
did not assume. I
Well,
know
the answer
better.
is no.
Okay.
Chopper's like
figured it
a
was
really
worth a try.
restricted dog that can't even lick a bone without his
Now,
master
get
saying
over
go
here.
for it.
Wait, Chopper could speak for himself. Chopper,
Exactly,
would you,
that's what I've
do
been
you think
saying.
that you would be able to bite open this lock?
Chomper
No.
looks at Dino.
I shake my head no.
He turns more in Cat's direction and says, Master doesn't want me to do it.
Fine.
Now, Cat. Get over here.
Get over here.
Now.
I'm not.
I have a
I'm not.
question.
Casting
this
that. I'm just checking
distance,
something.
can I shoot that lock and then run away?
Cat hears this and she's just going. Hold on.
I'm just
And
gonna...
she's just gonna
Yeah, I
move
can.
over a little bit.
I don't even tell
Yeah,
you. I'm
but,
such a good
I-
marksman that I
No,
don't need to tell you.
She's
No,
out of
I
my
can't
range.
move.
Can I make an
Cat, I didn't
can I
say
make
that
an
out loud.
opportunity
I'm
attack to
asking the
grapple her
DM
again?
if I can do that.
Yeah. Also, DM, I can't see or move anything.
You can't see anything?
No, I just see a big blank screen.
Oh, well, I mean, you should. It's the dead of night. So
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't see anything.
that's
but
correct.
question.
I should have added light to
Can-
this map already, but I didn't because it's the middle of the night, and I also forgot to do it. But
Can I see this? Can I see the lock from where I am?
Well, you wouldn't have direct line of sight because this wall is in front of you.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to take a step to your right, and
I'll just do
even
that.
then, your low light vision, you wouldn't be able to see it clearly from there, but you know it's there because you stood next to it already.
Now I just need a pillow or something soft.
He's trying to
Hey,
silence
Cade,
the
come
gun.
here. Cade, come here.
Urslan, what are you doing?
Nothing. Go away. Cade, come here.
That's why I don't trust Urslan.
Don't do it again, because I will shoot Dino. Chopper.
Okay, listen here. Last time you did that, it was understandable. This time you're just causing problems.
This
So
time I
this
just
time,
want to
if
see
he
if a
continues to do what
silence
he's
shot will do the
doing-
trick. Cade, do you have anything soft in your pockets?
And at that, can I make it kind of like a combat maneuver bonus to take away the gun?
Dude, you do that, Arizona will kill you.
Let me look.
I'd
up.
love to see you try, because you are legitimately causing problems.
All right, so you want to try and
In
disarm.
this case, and you're just being annoying.
I just want to silence. I want to see if I could silence this gun using anything soft that anyone has.
Let me see here.
And I
Bring it
just
up
want
to
to
some-
annoy the person who's in the building for not letting me interview the person who's potentially
And we
leading.
need the person to let us in the first place to find out about this thing.
I don't know, can we? Can you let me see if I can silence my gun? I probably won't even make the shot. I'll run away as soon as I make the shot. Anyways, I don't know why you're being so needy. Not needy, controlling.
Alright, guys, I'm
What
sorry.
had to be
I
the
gotta
control?
go.
You weren't doing this.
Oh no, Cat's going. Alright, fine. I'll leave.
Yeah, this is not Cat, but no, seriously. I unfortunately do have to go.
Well, I mean that's okay. So, what are you guys doing after you leave? Just back
Go
to town?
to the inn and see if I could fasten a silencer.
All right, so
She's
you
trying to shoot the
didn't realize
thing,
how
and I'm trying to
loud my
stop her
gun
from
could
doing
be.
so.
All right. Well, it seems like she's not going to shoot the lock right now. It seems like she's
I
going to
just
leave.
wanted to see if I could make a quick silencer if Kate had anything soft, but you just won't let me see that. So I'm just gonna go because you're controlling.
Okay.
I'm like this, you kind of have to. But if she's leaving, then I'm leaving too.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all hoof it back to the inn. Takes about an hour to get back. So it's probably like 3 a.m. now. Ursuline, as you get back to your room, you're going through your stuff to try and find something to use to maybe muffle your gun a bit. You start going through some of the things that you had left behind in the inn. You notice that something is missing.
What?
One of your potions has gone missing.
Aw, man, those were good. I was saving those. Which one?
The hide from undead potion has gone missing.
Oh, that would have been so helpful. No.
And we are going to end there. And
I'm just gonna scream out, fuck, someone took my potion.
one order of business to take care of before you cut out. You guys have leveled up. You are now level 5.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go ahead and roll hit points quick before we end. It's gonna
Let's
be
do that again.
D6.
All right, and just give me a moment because I gotta see
D6.
what Chomper gets.
It is a D6 for Cat. Ursuline, you're taking another gunslinger level.
What am I doing?
Yeah, I will.
D10 for Ursuline.
Did I do it right? I don't
well,
think I did it right.
No, you gotta roll the. It's a D10 plus your con mod, and it's a D8 for everybody else.
Oh.
You reroll
Can
ones.
I take the 7?
No, you just reroll a 1.
I mean, I guess that's okay. Oh, what's my con mod? So it's an 8.
Ooh, Chomper does get an extra hit die this level.
D6,
Dang, I
Kim.
got 5.
Oh, I thought you said D8.
No, you get a D6. Yeah, you get a D6, and then you rolled 3 anyway. Didn't matter. All right, I just need Dream and
So I have a question. Am I still at messed up strength?
Yeah, I am too.
That
We have to get another wand wizard thing to do it to us.
as well as
after
because I missed last week.
after your
Do I have
after your next rest, you'll have all your strength back.
Well, it's been a while.
Well, that's what I was asking. I wasn't here last week, so. I wasn't
Oh, it's
sure
right.
if
We did a
lost
time
it
skip.
or
Yeah. No, you're fine. You guys are fine now.
Cool.
All right, Chomper gets a D8. Come on, Chomper.
Rob,
I'll take it.
Rob, you get a D8, not a D6.
Am I the only one with the D10?
Yep.
Why are they so beefy? Gunslingers. Oh wait, no, I was supposed to. Is it level 5? Right? I'm taking another level 5. Yeah, next level I'll do artificer.
And then
Yeah.
for Dino...
Alchemist, you mean?
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yay!
So the second one is for Chomper?
No, the first one's for Chomper.
Okay, sorry, I got confused. All right,
Yeah, sorry,
so
like-
that's everybody.
So Chomper doesn't have any Constitution yet, so that's only +5. But I rolled a 6. Con is
Yes.
3, so I get 9 more health.
Yeah, you get +9. Dream gets +7 hit points.
How many ranks do we get?
That's dictated by your class and your intelligence.
Oh, can you level my thingy up so I could determine that?
Yeah. I'll do it off stream. I'll just
Okay.
throw it in. So Cat gets +6 hit points. Ursuline gets +8, and Cade gets +5.
I'm
Yeah,
at 46 health points. Would my health be max right now, since we rested so much?
Yeah, it probably would be. Yeah, actually.
Cool.
I forgot
I have
to increase
46
it
health
after the
points.
time skip. But okay, I don't want to keep anyone who wants to leave any longer than they need to be. We can discuss some of this stuff off stream and in the chat. So think about what you all want for your level ups. I don't think this is a feat level, or it might be. Let me see here.
Hey, Dina, what's yours?
My what?
Your AC.
My AC is 16 at the moment. Don't you laugh? I gave you the ring.
Does that give me the +2? No, that doesn't give me a boost to my AC. What are you talking about?
The ring of protection, yes,
It
it does.
should.
It's a deflection bonus to
does?
AC. Yep, it should be in there already.
No, it's not in the notes. It just says +2, but I didn't know what it was for.
So yeah,
No, I'm sorry. I gotta head out.
that's fine.
It's been a great session, and I'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Have a good night.
Bye.
Yes, this is a
Wait,
feat
no,
level, so you will have to think about that.
I'm confused.
So to kind of put a bow on this session, really glad to be back at it with the main story. Glad that you guys were able to level up. You did quite a bit this session, so it very easy for me to kind of give you guys this as a boost. Next week we will
I say we're going through this mystery fairly quickly.
Yeah, I mean next week we will pick up with you guys back at the inn. I don't want to assume anything, but I mean I imagine we're going to start with arrest, and then we will pick back up with more investigating the murders going on in Sandpoint. So until next Thursday, to all of you as the players as well as the viewers at home, I wish you all a good night, a good weekend, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
I am tired.